Welcome.
Yes,
This
thank
is
you,
Mark.
Mark.
And today I'm having tea with Roelien. Roelien,
Hi, Mark.
her name is difficult for me to pronounce because I have to roll my R. And my wife is Spanish, and in the Spanish language they roll their R's when I talk, and I really struggle with that.
Uh,
So why don't you say hi to everybody?
Me? Oh, yeah, hi, everyone. Hope you
Introduce
all have a
yourself.
nice evening. I'm Roelien from Amsterdam. I'm part of the Reasonable Wealth group with Tom Cassidy. And, well, I feel I really made some progress in this few weeks that I've been with the groups. With the group, I've been much more. My energy is much more directed because before I was kind of well searching without finding, and I've been a searcher all my life. But at one point, when when you run around all the time, when you drive around all the time with your car, at one point your gas is finished, so you can't do this all the time. You have to choose a direction and then go somewhere. And I
Okay.
feel I'm making some progress, really.
Roelien, I just want to ask you a question because something seemed to be like a comes up, and I see a lot of
Yeah.
love with Roelien. And
Oh,
tell us about love in your life.
well, I had a lot of issues with this, Mark. So I really had a lot of with this, really some problematic relationships, and where I thought I could be of value for a person, for, well, my last boyfriend. I really saw I could be of value with him because I saw it was a guy with talents, he could do things, but he kind of chose for the dark side, and he really wronged me very much. But then through this course, Tom said something about value, being of value for as many people as possible. So I think, yeah, I rather direct my energy towards this. I think I can, with less trouble, I can be of more value for more people than I could be of value for this guy, for this man, because he doesn't want to receive it.
Roelien,
Yeah.
how does self-expression and how does self-expression and the expression of your feelings, how does that come out in you?
Well, I've struggled with this also a lot of my life, a lot of it with that, because well, for years I've been working in the office for years and years, for like 10 years altogether, and it was because I wanted to be normal, you know. I had this longing to be a normal person, and then it was on the office, and then I kind of managed to be kind of a normal person. But then when I accomplished that, when I had accomplished that, it was just not enough. I thought, okay, it's like this to be normal and to be accepted as a normal person. So this is it, you know. Now I have to go on. Now I have to do my own thing again.
And Roelien,
Yeah.
tell me about, because I know it's something that is definitely, seemed to be in your sphere or whatever, but emotional debris. What
So I don't get you. Sorry.
emotional debris and heartache,
Yeah.
and how does
Yeah.
that how does it apply? I know it's something you're going through, but how does that in relation to yourself, and what are you doing in regards to making learning from this?
Yes, well, what I did when all those stuff happened with my last boyfriend, well, I really got into yoga and meditation. Well, I couldn't do anything else anymore. So it was just like at a certain point doing yoga and meditation for like 7 hours a day or so. So because I really couldn't do anything else anymore, and I really felt at situations like this, I really feel that I'm close to my gods. Really, I really felt very, very close, and it almost feels like I can ascend right away. Really.
Roelien, I think you're in, you know, everything happens in life for a reason. You seem to be in the right path in life, and I think, you know, all this emotional, you know, things that you're going through, I think it's creating, you know, a stronger and stronger path of connection. And one thing I'm seeing is like a lot of connection to your heart. Where, like, how do you express yourself, and what ways is your heart like, you know, your creation?
Well, I really love to express myself through dance. Really. And that's also why I write about a lot about dancers, because my last story, the story I published on, that's about a dancer. Just today I submitted a story for a contest, it's also about a dancer. Yes, and through writing I try to get other people also to experience the same feelings as I do. To also be a dancer and to be close to my dancers. They're kind of transcendent dancers also. Whenever they dance, they have this bond with God. And what I like when I write, I want my readers also to I want them to guide there to these feelings, to this connection, to this connection.
Roelien?
And I hope I can succeed in that, yeah?
All right, I'm sorry, we faded off a little bit to make sure you're still there.
Yes, I'm still there. I'm still there.
I'm really liking this conversation. And what is, Roelien, I had to say this, but, you know, divine love. It's something that I seem to feel with, you know, with you. Divine love.
Yeah.
Can you like relate or define what divine love is in your life?
Divine love, it's normal. It's divine love. It's in nature. It's being one. It's I don't know. Divine love. It's so normal. How should I should I tell what it is? God is everywhere. The gods are everywhere. Divine love. You can feel it everywhere. And that's why sometimes it's hard to relate to humans, especially if you're in a relationship with someone that may not be according to the wish of the gods. Because what I experienced in my life is a lot of struggle with my gods. That I always feel them very close, very, very close, but that I fight with them. And then they just laugh about it, of course. They don't mind, but of course it doesn't work out. It doesn't work out, but it's just being, I don't know, it's being stubborn or so. I don't know. I shouldn't do it, but it's my nature. And well, also they don't care. They don't care.
Roelien,
Yeah?
what
Yes.
is what is joy and celebration? Like, how do you express your joy and celebration?
Well, when I really feel a lot of joy, I have to cry. And really, sometimes so overwhelmed. I'm always overwhelmed when I see goodness of other people. When I feel goodness of other people, then I have to cry. It's so beautiful then.
It looks like the feeling of divine love actually gives you joy and celebration, and you express it in tears. The love of the divine manifests in every moment and in everything. For this is the energy underlying all of creation.
Mm-mm.
Can you relate to that, Roelien?
Yes, well, the gods are the creators, and everyone who is a creator is God. But love, I don't know if I love. I would define that more like something like attention, awareness, than how most mortals would define love. Attention, this is love, and it can express itself in really strange ways, not just as what we humans call love.
Roelien, you really chose the most awesome, thing to talk about here. Listen to this. Receiving the love of the Creator is the first and last experience of life. When we are born, we come into the world in a state of complete receptivity. But then it goes on to say, as we grow, older, experience more about life, we begin to set blocks and resistance
Yeah.
into the
Yes.
energetic wall of divine love. How have you, created your own blocks?
Yeah, I've created my own blocks by not having faith, having enough trust, and being a little bit. You do not trust the gods enough. Don't have enough faith in them, and that's why I fight with them, because I feel them clearly, I hear them clearly, and when they say something, I say no, I don't want to do this, and then I have problems, like with this guy, like with this man. So I immediately, first time I saw him, I already felt, okay, no. But then, or maybe because of that, I still wanted him. And then, of course, things go wrong. When I look back, I say, well, of course, normal. And now, really, I heard him say, well, okay, you keep your distance from now on. Okay, better listen to them this time. So I don't know. I think that my blocks are more my own mistrust. I don't kind of trust them. I don't have enough faith in them. Maybe I don't have enough respect for them. That's also possible.
Divine love actually, opens up, but the lack of divine love creates separation, isolation, and scarcity.
Mm-hmm.
How have you caused that in your life?
Yes, I think I haven't been creative enough, I think. And like this stupid wish of me to be normal, yeah, it just cost me 10 years of my life. Oh, why in heaven's name would someone want to be normal? It took me 10 years of my life. I'm sure it was not a wish of the gods that I would do such things.
Well, Roelien, I really love the depth of your awareness in yourself and who you are, and the pure essence of your answers is most remarkable. But also,
remarkable is also a nice word, Mark. Don't you think so?
I would have to say
you are remarkable.
What is like, joy? Like, what brings you joy? What brings you excitement? What brings you delight? What things bring that out in you?
Well, then I have to say things like meditation and light, like dreams, having dreams where I am on a different plane, on a different world, when I see things much clearer than I see them here, when I experience everything much clearer, much sharper. Yes, that's that's what I call joy. Definitely, definitely.
Roelien?
And nature. I also love nature. Yeah, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I love nature. I love nature very much.
Okay.
So, like, especially the forest. I like the forest, but I also like the stones, the big stones, because where I am in Germany, where my trailer is, they have all these stone circles, and some of the stones you can really talk to them. They have also, I really believe they're put there by people like us, you know? They're put there by 6,000 years ago. They're put there by people just like us. And they have light in them. Some of them really have light in them, and other ones, they have this gates, they're kind of light gates they have. So this is really great to go there. This is really fantastic to go there and experience this and just be alone with the light. This is very special.
Roelien?
Yeah.
How does this statement, receiving a gift like the joy of an innocent child, how does that relate to you?
Yeah, I try to perceive things like that. Yes, I try to perceive things like if I see them for the first time. Yes, definitely. I can be really happy when I see a frog in the grass or the birds. Yes, yes, I feel that. Yeah.
How about each experience can be approached with the optimism and excitement of a childhood adventure? How about that?
Yeah, well, Mark, it doesn't. Well, this is a bit hard for me because my childhood was not really very nice. So this rings the wrong bell with me. So actually, for me, my childhood only started, say, after I was like 35. Then I kind of started to discover childhood and childlike joy when I kind of could accept my divine ancestry. Only then I could contact this point in me. Yes.
So, Roelien, a lot of us have done similar things. You know, close ourselves from the experience of childhood joy for the sake of our emotional, like, integrity. And I have, my childhood wasn't the greatest. I don't think I had one, but I remember the moments in my childhood in which I had some joy. you know, and that we could all do that and connect with that within
Yeah.
us.
Yes. Well, I did my childhood. I really did my childhood when my daughter was small, because then we really used to go to parks like Disneyland Paris. We went parks like this, and then we had great fun together. Yeah. So
See, oh, go ahead.
no, you go ahead. I forgot already what I wanted to say.
Well, you know, and the whole thing is that we're talking about, you know, the concept of greater life for all and everybody's interpretation about it. And, you know, one thing I'm seeing here is basically, you know, the energy, and the statement pretty much is a very good statement here. But basically, once we have like that interconnection to like feeling that innocent child joy, and once we preach like this type of level of receptivity, you know, the the love, and then you appreciate the love of gifts and a divine flow of one's heart, and it brings out in abundance, and the energy of joy becomes the fabric of one's daily experience, and what seem to be problems or issues become gifts and opportunities. So you see in a message making a transition into seeing, you know, approaching things with optimism and having a childhood adventure, and then making a shift. And what seem to be problems or issues become gifts and opportunities. Can you see that in your life?
Yes, of course, because otherwise I could not write. Because I write about emotions, so I could not. People who haven't gone through emotions, they can't write. They cannot convince other people. They cannot take other people on a journey. They can't do that. So I think that's an advantage, definitely.
How about really? Because I knew that. I mean, I'm very. You know, I look up to you because you know you actually did something that I'm looking to do, and I will very soon. You know, you put a book on Amazon. You know,
Mm-mm.
and you know how does like one thing I'd like to learn from you is and also this pretty much is what I'm reading here, but releasing fear.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Who? Where does this stand? Releasing? Yeah, this is really an issue of me. This is also, I think, one main thing with my latest affair. That not to be fearful, to conquer my fear, and to actually see that instead of me being afraid of other people, that they're being afraid of me, they're scared of me because they feel my strength. So I really grew a lot of that. Yes, definitely, definitely.
All right, Roelien, I'm going to read a affirmation that came up, and tell me about how this affirmation like would apply to your interpretation of this affirmation. It could, maybe it didn't happen to you, maybe it doesn't, but whatever interpretation that you interpret this affirmation to be, just say it. So it says, I open to receive divine love, and I listen to its silent voice in my heart.
Mm-mm. Hmm. Yes, well, this is funny because a couple of hours ago I wrote in my diary. I'm open to all the good things that come towards me. So, plus I know what I told you before. I have to listen more. I have to well, I don't like the word obedience. I don't like the word obedience. Well, I don't know. With myself, with my relationship with the gods, I'm not a monotheist, you know. I'm a pantheist. So I look different upon it as like a Christians would do. But for me, God is not a big person I have to be scared of some or something like this. But for me, God is more something like I could be too, more equal person, and that's why also I'm never scared to fight with them. But I know I shouldn't do it. I know because of course they're wiser than I am. They have more vision. They have more vision. They see more things than I can see at this moment. So I should listen more to them. I should feel them more, and I should trust them more. I think it's a faith thing. I think I should have more faith. If I can have more faith, then I think I could do it. Yes.
I really have loved our show, Roelien. It's been such a joy having you.
I
And
want, wait. I want to say one
oh,
last thing before you go, because tomorrow is my birthday, and I have 2 other stories on Amazon, and they will be free tomorrow. And this is not the Omnibus Eden story. It's a story, an ordinary guy. That's about a guy who works in a coffee shop dealing drugs in Amsterdam. And Emma Deer, this is the story of a little girl. And those stories are on Amazon.
Roelien, that is awesome. I have a lot of ideas for stories and books that I want to write. Maybe I should share
Uh,
some of them with you, and maybe you could write one.
I have a lot of
I
ideas still.
I
Yeah.
I think that divine love, connecting with your heart, dealing, I mean, like putting emotional aspects in perspective. I think these are wonderful tools to have, for you. And I really enjoy, your conversation. And one thing that I want to ask you, because I know that you definitely, we all live our lives. Like our life, we live. We think it, we live it, we experience it, we feel it. And everybody chooses their own path in life. And we've all chosen the lessons that we need to learn, or the lessons we continue to need to learn. We keep on learning. That's what life is, one big learning experience.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody, right now at this very moment, or somebody in the future, somebody actually is listening to this recording or live, and they're listening to Roelien, and they really like what you heard about Roelien, and they're thinking like, they might have a question or whatever, but it doesn't have to be asked. But at this very moment, while somebody is listening to this recording, what advice would you give somebody, a stranger or someone that you know? It doesn't matter, but someone, it could be anybody, any age, wherever they are. It could be now, or it could be whatever period of time, and a date. But it's actually this very moment we're talking, and I'm asking this question, and they're listening. What advice would you give somebody right now?
Think of the light. That's what I also say to the stones when I go there and I touch them. Then I tell them, think of the light. And then I feel the light coming into them. Just think of it. It works. Because the light inside yourself, it's like in yourself, in every cell of your body, there's a little point. And you can light this point. And then you can light all those points in every cell of your body. Then your whole body has become a light body. And through these points of light, you can connect to all other creation. It's not that hard.
Roelien,
Yeah.
that was an awesome answer. And I just
Thank
want to say, so you like stones, right?
Yes, definitely.
So Kunzite. I think that this is a lovely stone for you that you would definitely love to have.
Ah,
Pink, the pink one. And
okay.
you actually described the characteristics that were associated with this particular stone. I think that by you having one would actually enhance the experience within yourself. And you could carry it around with you or whatever, or you could put it wherever you choose to put it. But
Mm.
I want to say that it's been a most wonderful, exhilarating time, and happy birthday. And we look forward
Yeah,
to
thank
seeing
you.
your stories on Amazon. Keep on publishing because, greater life for all, and you're doing it. You're creating things, and a lot of people right now are thinking and deciding, and thinking and deciding. And you actually went a step further. So, that's awesome. And, I'm very happy for you and wish you much, much, much success and everything. We'll be talking
Okay.
soon. So, you
Yeah.
want to say goodbye to the world?
Yes. Hi, people. Thanks for listening to me. Well, read my stories, and if you like them, write me a review, please. Oh, Sue, thanks for your review. Thank you.
Okay, so we're
So,
going to sign off. This was Tea
and
with.
you too, you Mark too. Thanks a lot for the interview. It was my very, very first interview with an American talk show host. First season of Tea with of Mark Berger. So thanks very much, Mark.
It was funny how you actually wrote about it, and here it is happening, and I'm so grateful. So, thank you, Roelien. And we're going to sign off. This was Tea with
Okay.
Roelien, the most wonderful experience. And please do check out her stories. And,
Okay.
I'm going to check them out myself. So, as Tea, we're signing off, and have a wonderful whatever time you are in. Thank you.